So, when it comes to winter garlic planting, we have spring garlic and winter garlic, which is the garlic that we plant in the winter and buy. Garlic, or the garlic that has been grown and dried in advance, is harvested in August. Here we are looking at it, but this garlic is a slightly different variety that we bought. And now we are just separating it into cloves. We can see that the garlic is firm, the cloves are dry, good, not diseased, nothing wrong. Separating into cloves. Subsequent then for planting the soil. So indeed we have prepared all the cloves for even planting. So right now we are not planting but rather replanting garlic. Let's say we're using another variety for convenience. This little grid was once bought at the market, and in this case it has become unnecessary. So what do I use it for? First of all, the rows turn out beautiful, parallel and perpendicular, and the distance between for planting the cloves evenly. In order for the soil to be ready, it has of course been turned over in advance. In this case it was tilled with a tiller and raked with a rake. In order to plant the cloves, we use a regular tube, or you can use a stick. We deepen it by about a centimeter. Top 3.5 to 4 cm. Or you could say it like this: 2 to 2.5 centimeters in length for the garlic. And we throw the clove in there, just like that. We make a hole in the center. That is, we see that the distance between the cloves are the same. And just like that, according to this grid, we will have not only the same distance in the row, but also between the rows. In this case, we are using a planting method. 2 by 2, what do we use this for? We use this for that, so that it would pass here between 2 rows. And it would be possible to go through and break up the weeds between 2 rows. We make the distance closer to use the area more efficiently. In order you can mark it with anything. You can do it by eye. But for convenience and simplicity, in this case we use this grid. We simply skip the next part. We take a clove with the roots facing down and drop it into these holes. And we press it down a little with our finger. Garlic doesn't like to be planted too deep, whether in summer or winter. But it also doesn't like being planted too shallow. That there is nothing on the surface, there was nothing left. Otherwise the tooth will be small and weak. We don't use any fertilizers in the fall. You need to plant garlic at a time of year when it's already quite cool, but not yet freezing. What purpose? It puts down roots, and early in the spring it starts to grow. No greenery shows. It has started to grow, so that no greenery appears. Here the grid. We moved it and added a few more holes. We can see how it has been planted. Now we remove the grid. The rows turned out really nice and very neat indeed, and orderly. We take the rakes and carefully cover them up now. You could say that the planting is done, but I would like it to be on our site. It looked nice, and we knew where we had planted. For this landing site we sprinkle with sand, and in the future, when the arrows will be punched, garlic, it will be easier for them to break through, and it will be easier for us too, because the sand is looser and not compact. Let's wake up further our row of seedlings.